across the floor. And the one time that Bob goes into the closet, he proceeds to trip over the cord. Now, for everybody that knows Bob, he's
size 13 feet. I'm not going to miss much.
He's never going to be a ballerina. Never. Those size 13 feet proceeded to trip over the phone cord. He grabbed onto a closet door that was in there. The closet door swung shut and jammed his fingers into the closet door. Well, to add insult to injury, Bob's rest of his body weight took him into the door as well with the jammed fingers.
Oh,
He's on the other side of this wall.
I don't know Italian or Hebrew. But the words that came out of Well, the next day, Bob comes into the office with his hand bandaged up from having his nails drained. And now everybody knows why Bob types with 2 fingers. So throughout the 20 years, there's probably been 150, over 200 little facts that Bob has provided to us. Well, I came up with my top 3. And in the spirit of, who is it, Jay Leno, that kind of gives the top 10?
Yeah.
This is the top 3, I'll keep it short. The first, number 3, Mike's Donuts in Everett are the best donuts.
How we spend our days.
Number 2, prior to joining Plymouth Rock, Bob worked side by side with Mitch Kapoor developing Lotus 123 and WYSIWYG. And last but not least, Bob personally knows, who is it? Liberace's plumber. So as we send Bob off to his next journey, I just want to say, may the slopes always be plowed up, and may the sun always shine down on Marblehead. Steve, who...
Don't believe a word he said.
This is the condensed version, by the way. Only 2 pages.
Only two pages.
It's tough to sum up Bob. Here. No, Bob and I have worked together for too long.
Much too long.
A week is too long. 20-something years is way too long. I've known his family for a long time as well. They were at my wedding. My family and friends still get a kick out of Bob dancing to the B-52s. When everyone else stops, when they say tin roof, rusted, Bob's still going. Pause that, rewind it, play it. Pretty entertaining. So I'm not very good at speaking in front of people, so I had to write some stuff down. Some stuff.
Just some stuff.
So what about Bob? Where to begin? How do you describe a guy that's been a wealth of knowledge and information throughout his 20-odd years here at the Rock? Granted, most of that knowledge and information was useless and but nonetheless, it's still hard to describe this guy. Bob's been a great sport over the years. We torture him a little bit. He takes it well, just a little, right? Torture too much, right?
No, not much.
He likes to say he's the perfect straight man for all my jokes. Maybe true. But 90% of the time, he has no clue as to what to expect from some of the stuff he has said to me. Yesterday, for instance, he was confused about a move on 3. And once he figured out all the particulars, he blamed me for making him look silly in front of the customer. I said, he says, I don't like to look silly in front of everyone. I like to know what's going on. I said, it's worked for you this long. Find something you're good at and stick to it. That's been the ongoing theme with Bob and I over the years. Anytime something happens, I get blamed. The time you wreck the fingers, He blamed me for putting the phone cord across.
It was you.
It must be, but you walked into a different room. That was awful. No one's laughing, that was still. You gotta love him though. He's friendly as the day is long, and he has yet to meet someone he hasn't liked or considered a friend. And he not only remembers that person, but he remembers everything about them too. You can tell him about a trip you're taking to some remote island, and he'll tell you to look up his pal Solly or Jenny. She works the snack bar down the beach. So you're there, ask him how their kids, Nigel and Abigail. Tell him Uncle Bobby says hi. And it's legit, he means it. You can meet him. Don't even tell that guy you saw him. Restraining order is still active.
Still active.
So that accent, sorry the shaking. I didn't have enough coffee today. His accent, call it unique. It's not New York, it's not Revere. I've never heard it in any other person on this planet. I don't know where you got it from. He says it's Revere, but there's way too many ahs and ums, and there's never an R. There's never an R in any of the words he says.
There's never an R in
There's never an R. Sometimes the meetings will count how many times he says ah. His record is 65 in 5 minutes. Impressive. But we will miss that voice lingering through the hallways. You can always, you know where Bob is. You hear his voice 20 minutes before you see him. You only get to walk really slow. No longer will we get to hear that uncomfortable sound of someone adding a Y to the end of everyone's name. Hi, Denny. How are you, Stevie? What's going on, Davey? How you doing? My two favorites. Greg D'Arienzo. Hey, Greggy! You don't need a Y at the end of Greg.
It's not because you pick on my wife.
And my favorite is Bethy. You don't add a Y to Bethy. How's my Bethy doing? Yeah, never heard anyone add a Y to those two names. He has a stroke though. If you have a name that he can't add a Y to, you can see it. His head like he can't practice it. So we'll end up calling you Buddy or Hey Buddy. Right? You've all heard it. Now he definitely has the gift of gab, and anyone trapped in the coffee station will agree. Once he gets on topic, he's done. He has his own repertoire code. He sees a set of ears as a challenge. I can knock those ears off in 4 stories about the sand of Revere Beach. Do you know they stole the sand from Revere Beach in the middle of the night? So we've had a lot of fun over the years with Bob, mostly at his expense, but he's been a good sport through it all. He never flipped out over the various pranks we played on him. The time we filled his coat pockets with napkins. Filled his gym bag with packing peanuts. We'd have loved to see the action on the train when he went to pull out his newspaper. God damn it, Stevie, what you doing? We taped down the hook switch on his phone and he picked it up, he couldn't figure out why. It's a phone guy. Why is this stupid? Call the help desk. He's the only telecom guy I know. I can't even stop, I got like Tourette's here. He's the only telecom guy I know who doesn't keep his phone on his person. His phone would ring non-stop at his desk. What's Kurt? What song is he marching in? Saints Go Marching In. I hate that.
That was the...
Non-stop. Why don't
That
you
was
carry it
6
on your
years
desk?
ago.
It's ingrained in my head. It's still ringing. There was one day when he left it ringing, we had enough. And I say we. I was sitting there, but I was not involved. I was not involved. His phone was taken just out of the office. We typed it we.
You
Put it up in the phone. Put it up in the ceiling tiles. I get back to his desk. We kept calling it. He's on an Easter egg hunt. I was not involved. I was sitting. I was a witness. But that's Stevie. Where the hell did you put that? That's all you got.